Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television. We are live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Anthony Momodio. The federal government on Saturday expressed sympathy with the Russian Federation over the tragic attack in Moscow. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Atoga, in a statement commiserated with the Russian Federation over the tragic attack said to have killed 60 people at a concert in Moscow. He said, "We convey our deepest condolences to the people and government of the Russian Federation on the tragic attack carried out at the Crocus Concert Hall in Moscow. We also pray for the quick recovery of those injured. At these challenging times, we stand in brotherhood with the government and the Russian Federation." 16 state governors have submitted reports expressing their support for establishing state police to the National Economic Council. They also recommended changes to the constitution to allow for the creation of state police. The reports were amongst documentation received at the 140th NEC meeting presided over by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Aso Rock Villa, Abuja. Special Advisor to the Vice President on Media and Communications, Stanley Nkwocha, reviewed this in a statement. According to the statement, NEC is still awaiting reports from 20 states. It expressed confidence that others would support. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has assured the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, of FCT administration support to curb insecurity in the nation. Wike, who pledged the support when the Chief of Defense Staff visited the Nigerian military to keep and urged the Nigerian military to keep Nigeria safe. He assured Musa of FCTA's support in whatever form to improve the security situation in the country and maintain the territorial integrity of the nation. The minister also stated that they are trying to build an FCT Rapid Response Center that will be managed by the joint team of the military, the police, the Department of State Services, and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. The minister said that the center would be equipped with every form of technology to strengthen the fight against insecurity. 1 week after the authorities of Nigeria Customs Service opened the Ile-Ife land border between Nigeria and the Republic of Niger, the government of Niger Republic opened its border in Kuni for operations. A source, Nuhu Samaila from Koni in Niger Republic, said the border was declared open at exactly 12 p.m. on Friday. He commended the decision of the leadership of the country, the military junta, for giving a listening ear to the yearnings of the people by ensuring the border is open. The federal government has demanded that federal civil servants on study leave show evidence of approval obtained from the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation. This is as the Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Folashade Yemiesan, noted that the federal government has now put in place a mechanism for routine verification of workers in the service in order to ascertain their true location. This was made known in a memo addressed to all permanent secretaries in Abuja. The federal government had, in August 2021, raised the alarm over the civil servants applying for study leave with admission letters obtained from suspicious foreign universities. Governor Hope Uzodimma of Imo State has approved the appointment of his brother, Ferdinand Uzodimma, as his Deputy Chief of Staff in charge of General Services. The governor has reappointed Cosmos Iwu as the secretary to the state government, Nandi Iyahi as his chief of staff, and Sidney Agbo as the deputy chief of staff in charge of operations. The three officials served in the same capacities in Uzodimma's first 4 years as governor. Also appointed are Patrick Ikeji as the deputy chief of staff in charge of administration, and Sam Nwa-Obasi as named the special advisor on program and policy implementation and monitoring. The Defense Headquarters said it has declared 97 persons wanted for terrorism, violent extremism, and secessionist threats against the state. Major General Edward Buba, Director of Defense Media Operations, confirmed the names and pictures of the people declared wanted in Abuja. The wanted persons, terrorists and bandits, insurgents and commanders are from the northeast, northwest, north central, northeast, plagued by the Boko Haram and Islamic State for West African Province terrorists, and 33 persons were declared wanted. The National Association of Nigerian Students in Benin Republic assured Nigerian students in the West African country of a speedy completion of the investigative process into the activities of degree mills, which has led to the suspension of degree certificates from Benin Republic, Togo, and some other countries. The body, in a statement by its president, Ike Nafevo, also urged the students not to pay attention to the purveyors of fake news, while stressing the fact that the degrees obtained from universities in the country are valid and legal. The Federal Ministry of Education had announced a suspension of degree certificates from some African countries following the investigative report by a daily Nigerian reporter, Omar Audio. The Nigerian Customs Service has announced that the federal government has approved the suspension of the 25% penalty previously imposed in addition to the import duty on improperly imported vehicles. In a statement signed by the NCS National Spokesperson Abdullahi Mewada, the service revealed that the Honorable Minister and the Coordinating Minister of Economy have approved the suspension of the 25% penalty previously imposed in addition to import duty on improperly imported vehicles. The Chief Judge of Edo State, Daniel Okunbowa, has constituted a 7-man panel to investigate the allegations levied against the State Deputy Governor Philip Shuaibu by the State House of Assembly. This is part of the processes initiated by the Assembly to impeach the Deputy Governor. According to the statement, the panel is headed by the retired Justice S.A. Omonua, and the Honorable Chief Judge of Edo State, Honorable Justice D.I. Okunbowa, has constituted the panel of 7 persons to investigate the allegations contained in the impeachment notice against the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shuaibu. The Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has cautioned the media organizations against fake news and misleading reports ahead of the Edo and Ondo governorship elections. Yakubu gave the caution in Abuja during a consultative meeting with the media. He urged the media and the public to scrutinize the biodata and credentials of the candidates when published as provided by law. Michael Edikan has the details.
The INEC chairman urged media organizations to engage with political parties as well as their aspirants on a report on the primaries with the same diligence and depth they report the main elections conducted by INEC. INEC boss further assures that the Commission will continue to collaborate with the media on the activities of the electoral body.
Important reality in today's age of information technology is the spread of fake news and misinformation instantly and on a global scale. As I said on many occasions, INEC does not believe in censorship. The best antidote to fake news is greater openness and transparency. It is in furtherance of this policy that the Commission interfaces regularly with stakeholders through our regular consultative meetings. We appreciate our partnership with the media, and I want to reassure you that INEC will continue to work very closely indeed with you.
In a remark, the President of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Chris Izioguso, says the media will continue to uphold the sanctity of the ballot and safeguard the democratic aspiration of the citizens. He promised that the NUJ will continue to support INEC through accurate reportage of its activities to assist the electorate in making informed decisions.
Together, we must uphold the sanctity of the ballot box and safeguard democratic aspirations of our nation. It is hoped that our collective efforts would pave the way for a brighter, more prosperous future for all Nigerians.
The Independent National Electoral Commission says it will publish the personal particulars of the candidate in Form AC9 for the Edo State governorship election on the 31st of this month as required by law. For the Ondo governorship election scheduled for 16th of November 2024, Professor Yakubu said political parties are expected to commence the conduct of primaries in the next 2 weeks. Edikan Michael, Global TV News.
The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control said it busted a fake bottled water syndicate at the Pipeline Road axis of Eneka in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State. The agency said the discovery followed a tip-off from some well-meaning members of the public, which its officials speedily acted on. NAFDAC Public Relations Officer South Zone, Cyril Moye, who disclosed this in a statement in Port Harcourt, says the suspects were using a discrepant shop camouflage as a pool house for the production. Moye said one of the distributors of the fake bottled water was arrested after packing the product and loading them for sale to unsuspecting consumers. You're watching News Cycle coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTimes Channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When News Cycle returns, Tinubu Airport Minna gets a $3.2 million Army Aviation hangar. These and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us. Welcome back from the break. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the News Express. News Cycle, I beg your pardon. Thank you for staying with us. On the foreign scene, the United Nations Security Council is expected to vote as soon as the United States drafted a resolution calling for the ceasefire in Gaza as the European Union called for a humanitarian pause, adding to the pressure on Israel to end its 5-month-long bombardment of the Palestinian territory. Washington's Israel's staunchest ally has been gradually hardening its tone following its early solid support for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his war in Gaza. The latest draft resolution marks a further toughening of Washington's approach amid rising global condemnation of a war in which some 32,000 Palestinians have been killed. United Nations experts have also warned of an imminent famine as a result of Israel's blockade. Increasing global water scarcity is fearing more conflict and contributing to instability, the United Nations warns in a new report which says access to clean water is critical to promoting peace. The United Nations World Water Development Report 2024, released on Friday, said 2.2 billion people worldwide have no access to clean drinking water, and 3.5 billion people lack access to safely managed sanitation. Girls and women are the first victims of lack of water, said the report published by the UN Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, especially in rural areas where they have the primary responsibility of collecting supplies, spending several hours of a day in fetching water, coupled with the lack of sanitation, is a contributing factor to girls dropping out of school. United Nations agencies have long warned that not only are children and women at grave risk of thirst and starvation, but the lack of clean water also has disrupted medical treatment and hygiene. The State Department said that the United States Embassy has warned its citizens to avoid large gatherings following Friday's terrorist attack in Moscow, Russia's capital. No fewer than 40 persons have been confirmed killed and over 100 injured when gunmen in a camouflage clothing opened fire on people at a concert in the Krokos City Hall near Moscow on Friday, Russia's FSB Security Service stated. In business, an Army Aviation hangar worth $3.2 million is to be established at the newly renovated Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Airport in Minna. The coordinator, Nigerian Army Aviation Brigadier General Musa Alkali, told the Niger State Governor Mohammed Bago during a courtesy call in Minna that the Bola Ahmed Tinubu International Airport in Minna passed all the checklists for the creation of the hangar and the approval of the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, as well as the Federal Ministry of Aviation. He said the construction of the hangar, which would be of immense economic benefit to the state, would commence in no distant future, adding that the Minna hangar, when completed, will have 12 attack helicopters, MD-530 series, and 10 TB2 UAVs, and also 8 Magnus light attack aircraft for surveillance and reconnaissance and patrol, as well as other activities. He further stated that with the creation of the hangar in Minna, the delay associated with maintenance of aircraft would be eliminated, and the elites with private jets can park them in Minna at a minimum cost. Nyesom Wike, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, has approved the disbursement of 280.3 million naira in scholarships for 13,946 underprivileged students across the educational levels in the FCT. This announcement was made by Danlami Hayo, Mandate Secretary of the Education Secretariat for the FCT administration in Gwagwalada at the event marking the rapid rehabilitation of 19 public schools across the Federal Capital Territory. The ceremony was held at the School of the Gifted in Gwagwalada Area Council within the Federal Capital Territory. And still in the news, in fulfillment of his pledge to create a new security architecture to secure mining sites, the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, has charged the 2,220 strong mines marshal tagged Hayankin Kogo to smoke out illegal miners and all those who flouted the nation's mining laws. Formally receiving the marshals drawn from Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, from the Commandant General, Abubakar Audi, representing the Minister of Interior, Honorable Olubunmi Tunji Ojo, Alake charged the new operatives to stem theft and all nefarious activities around the nation's mineral resources so that the nation can reap maximum benefit from its God-given resources. Queen Agaba has the rest of the story.
It will be recalled that as a result of the efforts of the Presidential Interministerial Committee on Securing Natural Resources, chaired by Dr. Alake, the Minister of Interior, Honorable Olubunmi Ojo, a few weeks ago launched the NSCDC-led Mines Marshal, which represents the first layer of the new security architecture to secure the mining environment. Alake disclosed that talks are on with the Ministry of Police Affairs to boost the marshals with more men, with a command structure spread across the 36 states and the FCT.
Today's event of launching and formally handing over the civil defense structure to engage illegal miners and sanitize our mining environment was also part of what we conceived at the interministerial committee level. I am very, very happy to let the public know that we did say at the onset that we are going to tackle insecurity in this sector. And the first batch of the security apparatus that we are using in this sector is what we are launching here today.
In his remarks, NSCDC Commandant General Abubakar Audi stated that the new Mines Marshal will give verve to the Corps' mandate of protecting national assets and infrastructure, in which solid minerals is a major component. Audi revealed that the marshals will liaise with mine inspectorates in states to garner intelligence and take directives from the ministry for effective execution of its mandate.
They call them mining marshals, transport and mining marshals, with an operational code. There's an operational code name called Hayakin Kogo. Hayakin Kogo. All those illegal miners who are hiding, we will smoke them out. The country have realized that we're losing a very huge amount of revenues from mining industry. And so the squad is here, and this same squad is going to be replicated. In fact, they are ready. They are just, by the time we hand over to our brother here, we will now give instruction that to liaise with all the state arm of the solid minerals department, ministry, so that we replicate the same squad, nationwide.
The chairman, House Committee on Solid Minerals, Honorable Jonathan Befwe, who graced the occasion, expressed satisfaction with the new security outfit, noting that with improved security around mining areas, Nigeria's economic fortunes is bound for a forward leap.
I am excited today, Honorable Minister, because today Nigeria can finally sleep with two eyes closed, knowing that with what you have been able to achieve here today, our economic fortunes are going to change in no distant time. One of the greatest challenges we've been having as a nation is the fact that our solid minerals have not only been illegally mined, but more than that, they've been illegally smuggled out without us getting true value for that gift or those gifts that God has given us.
He further reassures the House of Representatives' commitment to support the solid mineral development in achieving its goal. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
And in world of sports, Malaysia decided against hosting the 2026 Commonwealth Games because of the cost. The government said in a fresh blow to an event seen as outdated by some. The decision made at a cabinet meeting chaired by Prime Minister follows the withdrawal of the Australian state of Victoria last year. The CGF is scrambling to find a host after Victoria withdrew last July because of soaring costs. The CGF offered Malaysia and other potential hosts £100 million to step in with just over 2 years to go until the Games are supposed to take place, but the Malaysian government says the offer was not expected to be able to cover the entire cost of organizing a large-scale sport event, adding that they want to focus on the development of sport as well as the welfare and well-being of the people. And wrapping it up, North Korea's home World Cup qualifier against Japan was called off on Friday. The Asian Football Confederation said hours after announcing it would be moved to a neutral venue. It said the decision was taken after talks with the World Football Governing Body, FIFA, and came a day after North Korea said it would not be able to stage the game in the capital, Pyongyang, although the North Korean officials did not say why. That's it on the news circle, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using our Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Anthony Momodu saying thank you for watching and see you again.